Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of FKA the Pot. Damn, I'm stumbling all over the place today, dude. I'm your host, Trent. I'm joined by Seth and Seth alone. Reed's still in action, but not missing.
He's
right?
not missing. Yeah. I
He's
don't
still on vacation, so
I don't know a
just
whole
us
lot
again.
about Shawn Mendes, but I do know that Shawn Mendes has a song called Lost in Japan,
Oh yeah,
which is what Reed is. There
lip.
you go.
No,
Lidge.
lid.
Lidge.
Dude, my brain is all sorts of screwed up today. What the hell? It's been a long day, dude.
Shawn Mendes, if you're listening to this, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
should have been lost in Poland.
Lip. We'll just remake the song and set it somewhere else. We'll just Control
there you
F, replace with Poland. So
Yeah,
it's just the two of us holding it down.
That's right.
Reed's got to come back with a whole lot of pod content because we've had to had to generate a lot of content here. We're running
That's
low,
true.
running dry.
Yeah, little peek behind the curtain. I'm not usually good at coming up with ideas for this thing. So Seth's having a hard time.
Yeah, I'm looking at our document right now. It looks like you haven't put anything there.
Yeah. I'm trying to play off of some of your ideas.
Yeah. No. I
Yeah,
think
we'll
it'll be
see.
okay. And
Um,
we'll just take it from there. But first things
Right.
first, Trent.
Yep, we got drinks. We got drinks this week. I've got a Georgetown Brewing Company, Bodhisattva. It's an IPA. Very classic.
Yeah,
Short term or short nickname for it is Bodhi.
Bodhi.
And it's like a yogi term or something, isn't it? We
Yes,
talked about it before.
Yeah, you had the same thing before, and I was like, "Oh, that's from a Steely Dan song," which it is. I don't remember what song it was, but yeah, it's like a Hindi,
Yeah,
I guess,
nice.
is the language word. I
And
don't really remember what it means, but
fun fact, I dropped this little 6-pack on the ground when I got it out of my car about 10 minutes ago, so it's going to be fun. It's gonna be a
nice.
good time
Yeah,
once I open it up. Go to the YouTube channel and watch me spray this all over myself.
yeah. Let us know if the YouTube is working because I have to handle the back end of the YouTube, and it doesn't seem that hard, but maybe that's because I'm doing it wrong. It is kind of interesting though. You have to the video is on our podcast hosting thing. You have to export it before you can download it, and then you have to upload it. And so it's not hard. It's like 3 steps or whatever, but each step takes a long time for the video to become downloadable after you export it, and then for you to re-upload it. So, just kind of interesting. But I have a white wine.
Nice.
This is the same one I think I was drinking last week. It's Tohen.
Oh, yeah. The
Something.
French one.
Yeah. And I've also got the Ryan Stillhorn Memorial Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey Shot out of the Christmas coffee mug. So,
Very nice. Classic,
cheers, Trent.
man.
Looking
Cheers.
forward to some good pods.
Wish me luck. Wow. Completely anticlimactic.
Yeah, it's like I feel like sometimes when you open a can, like it has, even if it doesn't explode on you, like sometimes the crack is bigger than others. It was a pretty light crack.
Yeah, this one, maybe dropping it on the ground like made a microscopic hole
Yeah.
or something. So it wasn't
Yeah.
fizzy at all. I don't know how that works.
Speaking of cans, Trent, you have a cat,
Yeah.
famously.
Hmm.
My girlfriend Jill has a cat. He's partly mine, mostly hers. I'd say I'm his stepfather.
Yeah, right.
So we have a relationship. It's not the same as what she has with what he has with her. But
Yeah, you know what? Me and my girlfriend has a cat too, and her cat is very indifferent towards me. So, I get it. Well, I don't know. I feel like Denny's probably a little more than indifferent towards you, but
it depends. I mean, I'm always the second choice if there's a different option, right? But if my girlfriend Jill's gone for some reason, then he might be nicer to me for one reason or another. But
Yeah. Anyways, I can empathize. I can empathize with your cat stepfatherhood.
right, yeah. So anyway, just speaking of cans, me and my girlfriend Jill just did this a minute ago, and I wanted to see because this is something that we've noticed, and now we like offer it to Denny, the kitty, on occasion. Is he really likes to like lick the condensation off of things?
Yeah.
So, like cans, if you leave him out, he'll just like lick the side of like a can of Coca-Cola or whatever. But my girlfriend Jill was like, he just meowed and it was like raspy, and I was like, oh no, we need to like give him some condensation to lick in case he's thirsty. So anyway, we gave him a can and he licked it a little bit, and his meows are less raspy now, I guess. So does Sherbert do that?
You know what? I don't know. He's sitting right here, so I might try it in a second. But yeah, no, my girlfriend's cat does the same thing. He likes to lick condensation off of cans and bottles. My parents' dog likes to do it. So maybe it's just something about the cold sensation. We'll give it a shot here. Let's see. He's chilling. Does he lick it? He does not. He doesn't care.
Okay. Well,
he's
a room temperature water kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I got him as part of my one of my resolutions this year was to like increase his quality of life, right? So I got him a little water fountain.
Yeah.
And the way it's set up, it's like a big basin in the bottom that has a pump to like a little tray up top, and then there's a spout that points down, so the water just kind of drops out of the top, right?
Yeah.
So what he does, he likes it a lot. He drinks way more water now, but he drinks out of the tray. But he sticks his head like under the fountain. And so every time he drinks water, he'll come up to me afterwards and his head is just soaking wet. So I don't know how to teach him not to do that, but it's whatever.
Well, he's probably seen you take a shower before, and he's like, I want to do that too.
Yeah, that's
what's up with that?
Yeah. Well, if you try to get him close to water, he won't have it, man.
Yeah, otherwise. It's just that.
I don't know.
So, well, a good thing we're talking about pets. I have a couple different pet-related segments. You want to start with Pet of the Month, or you want to start with Meow Remix?
Let's do Meow Remix.
Okay.
Let's see what that's all about.
So, my girlfriend Jill alerted me to this. I'm sure you've heard of Meow Mix, but maybe not Meow Remix.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But Meow Mix, right, it's just a cat food brand, whatever. Mm-hmm. They've got a sort of marketing campaign where they have this commercial, and I think it has like one of the people from NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or something in it. But as part of this marketing campaign that they're doing, they've created a fictitious cat boy band called the Tabby Five.
Okay. All right.
And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about the backstories of each of the 5 members of the Tabby Five and let you like tag yourself as one of these cats.
Let's see which Tabby Five character I am. I can do that.
They have the kind of typical like archetypes of boy band people. So there's like the bad boy and the other ones. I don't know what the other ones are. But they have the bad boy.
The young one. There's the young one or something.
The young one, the bad boy, the other ones. Yeah, I guess we'll learn a little bit as we read through these. Oh yeah, there's a sporty one. My girlfriend Jill also wanted to mention that at the time of recording this is the 10th anniversary of Zayn leaving One Direction.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe timely that we're doing this, I guess. Rest in peace to Zayn. He's still alive. But yeah, shout out to Zayn. Well, it seems like Tabby Five burst onto the remix scene out of nowhere, because they did. But that's what a phenomenon does. Unannounced, unexpected. They capture your heart and your imagination. And so it is with these 5 performers who have the voices, the look, and the attitude to shake things up and win over fans. And it's not just kittens who are meowing for more. I don't know what the implication is there. Also, kittens and cats, I guess.
Okay, right. And their parents. Kittens
and their parents. That's right. And their stepfathers. Some of pop's biggest stars have been boy bands, from early pioneers Mousin' Around to the slick production of Nose Boop to Tiger's Four Treats.
Okay, all right. Are these supposed to be plays on real band names?
I guess. I don't know. Mousin' Around, Tigers for Treats, and Nose Boop. I don't know. I mean, Tabby 5, I guess, was like the Jackson 5, but that wasn't really a boy band.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
But regardless, Tabby 5 channels the very best of these phenoms into something new, yet familiar, featuring 5-part harmonies, a stylish wardrobe, dance moves made for social media, and cutting-edge production. So yeah, there's a little bit more there about the biography of this sort of band overall, Tabby 5, who you can see in the commercial. But I can just launch into the individual sort of cats that we've got here in the Tabby 5.
Okay, all right.
And
do they all have like signature dance moves? They should.
They've got signature looks, which I'll show to you right now,
right.
as well, so you can kind of tell. But they might all handle different parts of harmony and might have different dance moves too.
This is in the age of AI. This is a little bit disappointing, man.
Yeah, it is it's kind of like somebody just did a Photoshop. And like it's not horrible, but Meow Mix is a big company.
Yeah. These are pretty low effort Photoshops for a huge company like Meow Mix.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they just took a picture of a cat and Photoshopped some clothes onto it, and they're in kind of typical cat positions.
They all have the same background.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. They're kind of like they're on like a city street, maybe on like a public basketball court or something. I feel like it's kind of giving there, but
that makes sense. They're all wearing white, and they're all like, I guess they're all tabbies, which makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's kind of like a racist cat band.
Yeah, they're all gray stripes.
No white cats, no black cats, no orange cats allowed. Just gray tabby. Only green eyes too. Maybe a little bit of yellow. I see, or amber. I don't know what that is.
Maybe they're brothers.
We'll probably hear some of that in their biographies. So the Tabby 5 consists of Tyler Snuggles, Charlie Plum, Casey Calico, Perry Purdy, and Tommy Claw. Are any of those like screaming out to you about ones that you want to hear about first?
I like Tyler Snuggles' vibe the most.
He's got a bucket hat and like a chain.
Yeah, he's got like a big chain that says Meow Mix on it. I like that.
All right, we'll go through Tyler Snuggles. He grew up in a litter of one. He had all the feels, but no way to let them out. Spending hours in his room, he'd pen journal entries and try his paw at poetry. Through it all, he listened to the radio and soaked in lyrical lessons. With the love of heart and paws, the pensive, raw emotion of "Wake me up, I'm napping," and the delicate introspection of "Felicity underfoot." Those are probably plays on songs.
Okay. Yeah. That's funny.
Slowly, he made the connection between his emotions and music and understood that the right way to express himself was in song. He started a routine: come home from school, snack on Meow Mix tenders with real tuna and whole shrimp, then write and practice songs until he fell asleep. Turns out the hard work does pay off, as Tyler was the very first member welcomed into the Tabby 5 fold, and now he's showing his emotions to fans across the world.
So, how are you the first member welcomed into a boy band?
That's a good question. It wouldn't be the Tabby 5 if you're the only member.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
How are you the first? There's got to be like a few first members, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, man.
Maybe the idea...
yeah, go ahead.
Maybe the idea behind the band is that Meow Mix got this crew together or something, so they were looking for 5, but it's like...
Yeah, right. Like
I don't
X
know.
Factor.
What what if you find 4 good tabbies, but you can't find that 5th? You know,
Yep.
might you do the tabby 4 or something? You know, I don't know why. It seems weird. It's like we need
Yeah.
5, but the first one is definitely gonna be Tyler Snuggles.
Right. I don't know. I feel like even with One Direction, the Irish guy was kind of an afterthought, right? I mean,
I
is he
don't
the one
know.
that passed away? I feel bad saying that. If so,
No,
Liam? Is that the Irish one or Niall? I don't know. Dude.
Niall is not the one who is no longer around. I think it's Liam who died
Okay.
recently.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So Tyler Snuggles vibe. Does he seem kind of maybe lover boy ish?
he sounds like he was emotional, right? Like he
right.
had emotions he wanted to express. So maybe he's like the true
poetry one.
artiste of the group.
Yeah.
He was the first one. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe because he's like the main one, the first one, he doesn't necessarily have to fit into like, you know, the bad boy or something.
Right. He's the brains. Maybe.
He's the brains.
He's the brains
One
of the
thing I
operation.
don't like, I'll go ahead and say this, is that they all have kind of like human names. Tyler is this cat's first name. Tyler Snuggles.
Yeah.
That seems a
Well,
little
those
weird.
are just their American presenting names, man. Yeah.
His real name is like meow meow purr purr.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Who do you want to go with next? Perry Purdy, Tommy Claw, Charlie Plum, Casey Calico.
I'll let you decide, man.
Let's go with Casey Calico. He's got this this sort of basketball jersey on with
Yeah.
a chain.
Yep. He's the coolest. I thought Tyler Snuggles was the coolest, but after reading the bio, it's got to be Casey Calico.
Well, Casey Calico, as we all know, he didn't choose music. The music chose him. A rebel from the start. That's what I'm talking about. Casey disdained the rules, opting to go wherever he was told not to, like behind the refrigerator or inside the basement drop ceiling. Even the dangliest of toys couldn't hold his attention, if not for his love of Meow Mix tenders in sauce with real chicken and liver. Served by his Nona every Sunday, his family feared he might pack his bindle and leave. Amongst this chaos, a laser pointer of hope emerged. Casey absolutely loved to sing, instantly dropping whatever he was doing whenever he heard a song he knew to meow along to at maximum volume. Realizing this, his family sought out any opportunity to steer Casey into the vocal arts, enrolling him in touring stage musicals to keep him out of trouble. All that training led directly to a spot in Tabby 5, where he's mostly chilled out. Just don't get into a hissing match with him.
Nice. Yeah, he's the coolest.
Yeah.
He's the coolest. So
Always
he's the
going where he's
bad
not
boy,
supposed
but he
to go.
also is like the sporty one,
Yeah.
according to his gear.
Yeah.
You know, his outfit.
I
like
wonder
him.
if those two things go together or what. Like, I don't know. I'm not an expert on boy bands.
Right.
Maybe we can get some
Yeah.
boy band experts to email in. Yeah, if you know more about who everybody in One Direction was or anything like that or In Sync or whatever, feel free, email us. Let us know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who's next? Let's go with Perry Purdy.
Let's go with Perry Purdy. Perry
They've got
Purdy's
a little
got,
bit of a different vibe. Like,
yeah.
they're slightly more brown, less gray.
Perry
So
Purdy,
that's what I'm going off of.
they've got like a zipper sort of jacket on. They've also got a chain, obviously.
Yeah.
But the zipper is like way down. Like they're trying to kind of be like suave and maybe, you know, by showing a lot of chest. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. I guess they are purdy. This could be the pretty boy, maybe.
Yeah.
Perry Purdy always had a song in his heart. He just didn't know how to express it. His parents, loving and endlessly patient, so he's not the bad boy, supported him as he tried his hand at guitar, harmonica, synthesizer, hurdy-gurdy, and
okay.
even drums across country, polka, rock, and power electronics.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nothing stuck. Frustrated, he went to an abandoned warehouse to collect his thoughts, where discontent finally boiled over into feverish dance. Wild, unchoreographed, but filled with a manic energy. This was the truest expression of music he had inside of him. Perry committed to studying the elegant and artistic dancers who came before him, but never sacrificed the melodies he learned through his years of artistic trials, making him a perfect fit for the ranks of Tabby 5. While no longer living with his parents, Perry always makes time to stop in and enjoy Meow Mix chunks in gravy with real chicken breast when he's in town. His parents are very happy he finally found his muse, by the way. So he's the
Nice.
dancer.
Yeah, he's the dumb one with no musical skills.
He tried everything, but he just couldn't play anything. And then he went to an abandoned warehouse and danced. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
I mean, my least favorite so far has been Tyler Snuggles. I'll say it.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of basic.
Yeah.
That's
not
why
much
he's wearing the
going on.
bucket hat. He's trying to hide his basic, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Charlie Plum is the one who has like the least cat name. The other ones have some kind of cat.
Yeah,
Something.
I don't get Plum. Maybe he was adopted by a different kind of animal or something.
Well, he's the funniest cat in showbiz, apparently.
Okay, all right.
He's not on a sitcom, and he's not writing the next blockbuster. He's in I almost said Jackson 5, the Tabby 5, apparently. Charlie Plum has a natural childlike wit that wins over fans. He's constantly ready with a quip or an elaborate prank. But his true passion is music, and his knack for performance and lovable personality were his ticket in. When his former roommate, Casey Calico, tipped him off about a spot in Tabby 5, Charlie knew he'd found a new crew. He packed up his Meow Mix Poultry Selects variety pack, headed to L.A., and set his sights on stardom. The intense pressure of creative 5-part vocal harmonies can take a toll on even the most ardent student of the form. Tabby 5 is lucky that Charlie's always on the spot with a melody that's as clever as his next prank. So he's the funny one.
Yeah, nice.
Does he look particularly funny?
No. If I had to choose the funny one out of all of these, I think I would choose Casey.
Casey, I think, is just the best.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Where Casey
Yeah.
stands here.
Yeah. Casey Calico. They should sell merch. We could get it.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got
Team
one
Casey.
more. Tommy Claw, who sounds like he could be a bad boy, too.
Yeah, right. With a
Um,
name like Claw.
I don't know what else we're missing. If we have the funny one, the untalented one, the bad boy. I don't know what else we need.
Yeah, we'll find out. Let's go.
I guess we'll see. The son of a couture fashion designer and a CEO of an upscale textile mill. He's the Nepo baby.
Yeah. That sucks.
Tommy Claw was born with fabulousness in his veins, always on the cutting edge of what's hip. Tommy set trends in school with the clothing line he designed himself, predicted the rise of disco grunge, and even consulted with Luna on her glamorous diamond-studded collar. So there's, I guess, a universe of cat celebrities in the Meow Mix
I guess
marketing.
so.
Alas, many people thought this made Tommy aloof when all he really wanted was some BFFs to pal around with and maybe share some Meow Mix pate and gravy with real chicken and beef. Longing to find his tribe, Luna's stage manager tipped him off to a new brand made up of misfits and oddballs, each with their own thing, such as being untalented or funny or the bad boy. Maybe he was interested in trying out. The answer was a yes, and after 3 weeks of intensive vocal lessons to perfect his meow, Tommy was on stage adding flair and sparkle to Tabby 5 every night.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So my first thought after hearing all of these
Yeah.
is I forget what it's called, but there was like sort of like a rumor for One Direction that Harry and Louis, I think,
Larry, yes.
yeah, Larry, they were secretly in a relationship together.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tyler and Tommy are secretly in a relationship together.
Okay. So that's your
Yeah.
based on all the
Maverick.
information we have about the Tabby 5, we're going to ship Tyler and Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What-
Tomler.
Tom
Tomler. They're
Tomler.
shipping them.
What would you say about the fact that Charlie Plum and Casey Calico were once roommates?
I
Might
mean,
there have been more to that relationship?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. No one's safe. No one's safe here, man.
No one's safe. That could be Charcy or Caserly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, the funny one and the bad boy would be good roommates.
Yeah,
It'd be a chill hangout.
yeah, yeah. I think if I had to tag myself, I would be Perry Purdy, who was the one who tried to play harmonica and guitar and accordion and wasn't really any good at any of those things.
Yeah, yeah. I think tagging myself, I'm going Casey solely because I like real chicken and liver in my Meow Mix.
Right.
So yeah,
Shout out to Meow Mix. Let us know. We're FK the Pod everywhere. You can check us out, follow us, and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
can also DM us on Instagram and stuff at FK the Pod or email us for fkthepod@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the Tabby 5 and
This,
who your favorite characters are.
this background or whatever you call it right here at the top that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Everybody's in denim. That's cool.
I wonder if we could do a side by side of like, are these the same cat? So Tyler Snuggles is this guy. Yeah, he's in the middle there.
middle.
Still with the
Yeah.
bucket hat. That's pretty consistent.
Well, that's more like a fedora, dude.
Yeah, that
Less
one
frizz.
is. Charlie Plum, I think, is this one here. So yeah, I think they
Yeah.
did.
You know what?
mean,
This
they-
is confirming my pick for myself. I think Casey is the one in the overall.
I think he is too. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting,
That's funny.
man.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, let us know. Let us know which Tabby 5 member is your favorite. Who you standing?
Yeah. Are you shipping any of them?
That's right. We need to know.
Yeah. I don't
All
know.
right,
Does Sherbert eat any of the Meow Mix products?
Sometimes I've been since I got him like an automatic feeder. He's only on dry food, but every
Yeah.
now and then I give him a little meow mix situation. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm not in preparation for this segment at all, but I did go to the pet store today, and I think that the treats I got are Meow Mix brand. So I don't know if that was like subliminally, I was hooked by looking at the Meow Remix stuff, which I did when my girlfriend Jill showed me yesterday. So it could have been like subliminal messaging that I needed to go buy it today. I don't really know, but they did get a couple bucks out of me for Meow Mix Party Mix real chicken treats.
There you go, man. Real chicken. It seems like that's in everything. Real chicken.
Yeah, they're all saying real chicken, which
I think it's probably like real chicken hearts or something. You know,
yeah,
they're not putting fucking breast in the cat food.
they're not putting white meat in there.
Yeah, yeah. You seen that shit? It's pink, man. Pink, dude.
Oh man, yeah. I was feeding Denny the kitty also earlier today. This is a big pet focused episode.
That's right.
Anyway, so he got like I bought a big new bag of food for him, and the bag is like so big I didn't want to like just like open it up and like tip it over into his bowl because it was like it would like spill everywhere. So I had to reach in there with my hand and get some, throw some into the bowl or whatever. Anyway, I pulled my hand out. It's like covered in like made with real chicken dust. Like like this dry food is like it leaves like a residue of
it's
crumbs and dust on your hand. So anyway, that's kind of gross to think about, but
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hop into the pet of the month? I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, so also another pet related segment, right? We got a pet focused episode here. Denny the kitty was entered by my girlfriend Jill and I, who emailed our apartment front office to enter the pet of the month competition, and Denny the kitty won pet of the month for our apartment for the month of March 2025. So
how many pets are there in your apartment?
Well, I feel like there are actually kind of a lot. I don't know. It's like you go outside and there are always people walking around with their dogs and stuff. So I think there are a lot, but I also think that they don't do a very good job of advertising for the pet of the month thing. So not to like take away from Denny the kitty's accomplishment. I think he is the pet of the month. But I'm also kind of like the rules and regulations behind this are like, can we just enter him again next month? Can we just continue to win this thing over and over
that
again?
Would be
like
pretty sweet, dude. You get like a three-peat situation going on, and everybody's like, "Who's going to take on Denny this month?"
Yeah, that would encourage at least some because I don't know who votes. Like, I guess it's just the people in the office like choose whatever photo they receive that they like the most. But he got a little gift basket, and he got posted on the apartment complex's Instagram story. They were like, "Oh, you should bring him up to the office and we can do a photo op," which we like did bring him up to the office. He has a little backpack that he goes in, but then there were like a bunch of people waiting to talk to the person who works in the office, and like I think that they had like real questions about like rent or like maintenance or stuff like that. So we just like didn't want to sit around in the office for 30 minutes with a cat who doesn't really want to be in the backpack anymore. So.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, but he got a little gift basket, which had some like toys and stuff. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, man. I wish my apartment did that. There he is.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can see pet of the month right now.
His little heart-shaped nose. That's funny.
Yeah, he would be Charlie Plum. He's a funny guy. So
nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
I think Sherbert would be Tyler Snuggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucket hat and chain.
Yeah, he's emotional.
He's emotional.
Yeah, he's needy. He needs to be around other people. He gets pretty whiny. So that sounds like a Tyler Snuggles situation to me.
That's funny. That's funny. Another thing I thought of, this is kind of like not anti-pet, but not a pet-related segment. I thought this was an interesting question, potentially.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the rules and regulations are regarding this for employees these days in 2025, but you are like allowed to take X amount of smoke breaks, right? Like you're allowed to go out there and have a smoke.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's an exact number, but
like I feel like you see this in like movies and stuff where people are like, "Oh, I'm going to take my smoke break." It's like they're telling like their supervisor, the boss. It's like, "I'm going to go take my like free scheduled 5-minute break right now," or whatever. Because there are like rules about like if you work X amount of hours or whatever, you might have to take a meal break or take a lunch break, whatever it is. So I don't know if there are. Here it is. So there are some laws. Who knows about laws these days, though? Am I right? Breaks between 5 and 20 minutes must be counted as hours worked, according to the Federal Labor Department and stuff. So smoke breaks, bathroom breaks, and stuff like that, or breaks to go get coffee, are like permitted, and you don't have to clock out for those things. So I think that maybe that law encourages you to be a smoker or whatever. You get to spend
Right.
5 to
Yeah.
20 minutes out having a smoke or whatever. But anyway, my question about this was just in thinking about smoke breaks, which I think is kind of a dying art because, there are a lot of different ways that you can access tobacco or nicotine or whatever that don't require you like to stand out by the weird little cigarette trash can.
Yeah.
But my question was going to be, what industries or companies do you think have the highest percentage of people who are going out there to take a smoke break?
I am 99% sure I know the right answer here.
Okay.
It's going to be line cooks. It's going to be line cooks, dude. They're like,
Yeah.
I mean, no hate to line cooks. Love
Yeah.
line cooks. Every line cook I've ever worked with, pretty freaking cool people,
Most food that you get at a restaurant is good, right? So they're
Yeah,
doing a good
exactly.
job.
But yeah, they're also some of the most like grungy individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My answer for this particularly, I was going to answer in the form of a company rather than an industry. But yeah, my answer was going to be Waffle House. I feel like it's not uncommon that I guess at Waffle House, I guess you don't do everything. It's just that you're all sharing the same space, But I feel like it wouldn't be uncommon for you to see like several Waffle House employees out there having a smoke.
Right.
So
Yeah, I agree. There's only a handful of people at my office that I ever see taking a smoke break.
yeah.
So maybe office workers are switching it up, going with the Zens or something.
Yeah.
Nicotining at their desk.
That's right. Yeah.
Who else would be a good fit, man? Maybe like a bus driver. I don't know if they get that many breaks.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be really funny if you're taking the bus, you're trying to get somewhere, you have an important
They
meeting.
just pull
you have
over.
You have to catch a flight. You're like, yeah, I'm taking my smoke break. I get to take up to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's tough. That's funny. But yeah, I think you're right, man. It has to be like food service,
Yeah.
probably more low end.
Yeah, I mean, because it's they have laws about this or whatever for how many
Yeah.
minutes it can be and stuff. And so I don't know, something where you have a supervisor that you need to be like, oh, I'm gonna bow out for however long to do this. So
Yeah, right.
I just thought it was really funny. I mean, I saw TikTok the other day just about there's some dude standing outside a Waffle House, and I was like, he might have had a cigarette or something. I don't know what made me think of that, but I was just like, I wonder how many people are still taking smoke breaks and where you're most likely to see an employee on a smoke break. So I think it's definitely in food service stuff.
I recall, I think the first place I ever worked at was Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I think they had some sort of rule where it's like, yeah, if you work over 5 or 6 hours, you have to have an hour break.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 30-minute break. But then you also get 2 15-minute breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if that's something that's maybe not entirely okay, since 15-minute breaks are supposed to be paid, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just thinking back on it.
Yeah.
But it's all right, man. I've probably made up for lost time.
Yeah. You probably spent more than 15 minutes watching TikTok in the bathroom or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, at this point it might be made up. But yeah, I mean it could be different, federal versus state level or whatever. I don't know. But you could sue too if you're,
Yeah.
you have documentation that they.
Frick you, Cracker Barrel.
They stole a couple quarter hours off of you.
Yeah, you owe me $2 for every 15-minute break that I took.
Hey, if that's 2 per shift or whatever, that can add up pretty quick. $4 a shift times,
Yeah, I don't
we
know.
could be
I don't know,
talking.
man. That's true.
Yeah.
After a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Someone
Yeah.
else, maybe some employee that would probably take multiple smoke breaks, potentially. Um, Probably as many as they want because they kind of own their own situation, would be like a food truck person, right?
Yeah. You could just go out there and like sniff your generator a little bit.
I guess. I don't know if that does the same thing.
No, I don't think it does the same thing. But
I
I
think
mean, I kind of have
gasoline
this.
is a depressant, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you're right. I kind of have this perception that food trucks are a little bit like, I don't know. I feel like they're loud always because they got this generator and it kind of stinks. I mean, you're making food and a lot of times it's like kind of weird food. Because I mean, I don't know. It's supposed to be food that you're like willing to stand on the street and get or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But also you got this big gas generator that's like putting off fumes and stuff. So anyway, I did go this week to a food truck festival, which I put on the pod doc. This is not like a long segment.
You're welcome.
But thank you for that. It was a good transition there. Yeah. So this was at like a local sort of bar
Yeah.
that's here that me and my girlfriend Jill have never been to before. And I'm kind of, I said I was kind of anti food truck. I'm pro weird food though, and so like if you got a bunch of different food trucks and maybe a place that's kind of far away from the food trucks where you can like sit and eat, I think that's probably likely to be a good situation. So anyway, this
Yeah.
happened like on Sunday or whatever. So like the middle of the day, it's like 12 to 4 or something like that. Anyway, we actually park in like the wrong place because we thought it was at a different bar than it actually was. So we parked and we walked 10 minutes and then we had to walk 10 minutes to get back to the right place or whatever. But the food truck fest was about 5 food trucks, right? And I was worried about the noise of the food trucks. But what I wasn't anticipating was the noise of like the live DJ that was playing like music so loud, like painfully loud at the food truck fest. And there were like 1,000 people split between 5 food trucks.
Jesus.
And it was like, not like a horrible setting, right? I mean, they have like some picnic tables and stuff outside and there's like some indoor seating and stuff like that. And in fact, like the indoor seating and stuff, there's like a back side of the bar where there's like nobody hanging out because everybody wanted to like sit out on like the pavement in the hot sun by all the food trucks and the EDM music. Anyway, it was just like something I was kind of excited about to go to this food truck festival. And then it was like you could barely move and also you're just like standing on pavement and like can't even talk to the people that you're there with. And for the rest of the day, I was kind of like peeved a little bit because I was like, I'm gonna get something weird. I'm gonna get like a pretzel with like Mexican street corn and kimchi on it or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But
for like $18.
yeah. So, but the food trucks that were there were like pretty standard stuff. There was like a barbecue one. There was like a seafood one. But a lot of that stuff is stuff I can't eat anyway. But yeah, I was prepared to spend like $25 on like a lemonade and a pretzel or whatever, but I didn't even get the opportunity because we stayed for like 5 minutes and then we turned around and left. But anyway, just the food truck festival was not. I was excited about it, and then it didn't pan out the way I anticipated. So
Yeah, dude, that's kind of a bummer. I feel like.
yeah.
Tell me if this is something that you've noticed, but at least in Seattle, I've seen this in multiple different places where there's like a food truck that is pretty much permanently in one spot.
Okay.
I'm talking like it's like a trailer or maybe even like an actual truck or something
Yeah.
that's parked somewhere, but there's like wooden like staircases and decks built up around the truck and everything. Have you seen that?
I've been to. It wasn't anywhere that I lived. I don't know. It was somewhere I must have been visiting. But yes, I've seen a place where it's like there's like a little pavilion or whatever where they're
Yeah.
like 5 of these like semi-permanent food trucks. Like they're not
Yeah.
driving anytime soon. They've got like,
Yeah.
yeah, like not. It's not like they're concrete into the ground or they're like, you know, stalls that are like, you know, built there. But yeah, they're like kind of built in.
Yeah. I think those are the good food trucks.
Okay.
The ones that don't have to move around. They can just stay
Yeah.
in the same spot, you know? I think those are the ones that have stood the test of time.
Mm.
So they're the good ones. There was
They've
one
been so
that I went
successful,
to.
they're allowed to stay semi-permanently.
Yeah, exactly. There's one that I went to. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like Filipino food. Amazing,
Mhm.
incredible. So I think food trucks are a good place to get like maybe something closer to what you would expect in a different part of the world,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat. So
Because it kind
I love
of, you
food
know,
trucks.
if you go to a
like
restaurant,
them.
I feel like restaurants trend kind of more upscale, right? Like if I'm going to a sit down
Yeah.
place, even if it's like Vietnamese or whatever, like you said, they're probably going to try to like, you know, class it up a little bit. But that's not really what you're looking for. I mean, you know, in Vietnam, maybe a lot of people are just eating on the street or whatever. And like that's what you want is like they're cooking it in a truck, right? We can't like add bean sprouts or whatever to this and an aioli to make it more like, you know, upscale or whatever. We're going to do it like kind of quick and dirty, maybe more authentic than like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
fancy for American consumers and stuff like that. So, yeah. Another thing I wanted to say is just like this is like kind of a community event, and my girlfriend Jill is very good at finding these like community events and stuff like this that happen. But a lot of times, what happens is like we'll be excited about these things, and like we're kind of go with the flow, kind of I think too. But a lot of times these things are like not very cool. This is not like a particular. This is not particular to the place where we live now because I remember Trent one time you. I don't know if you were visiting Tuscaloosa or if you still live there, but we
I
went
was
to
visiting.
this.
Yeah, I remember
we,
that.
we went to this little market that was like one of the weirdest experience that I've ever had. Where it was like a weird little pop up market, and like there were 3 people working there, and one of them was like playing music, but they only had like 5 things for sale.
He was like
And-
from Starkville, Mississippi, and you could tell. You could tell, dude.
Oh man, so it's like a 5x5 room with 6 people in it, and it's really hard to leave because they're just like looking directly at you. So yeah, anyway, sometimes you know we go to these things and then it turns out, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't have looked at the Facebook events that were happening around us and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's a good point. I will say sometimes you do find some like pretty cool ones.
Yeah,
You know, I think it's a good thing. I think it's something fun and unique to have a skill in finding those sort of community events.
yeah,
I will say in Seattle at least, it's like any community event you go to, it's gonna be like fucking shoulder to shoulder, dude.
yeah.
It's gonna suck, but in the opposite direction of the one that we went to in Tuscaloosa. You got to find a nice medium between
Yeah.
6 people in a room and 300 people in a 100-foot stretch of a side road. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so
But anyway, you know, yeah. If you're listening, go to a community event. If it sucks, leave. You know, it's not really like you've invested a big amount of time or energy going into this thing. But don't
Right.
get your hopes up too much. Maybe if you're looking for a kimchi pretzel or whatever and aren't able to get it. That was my issue. So
that's right. And you know what? Thank you for being a part of our community here online. If you wanna get more involved, we've got an Instagram, we've got X, Threads, TikTok. You can watch our YouTube videos as we mentioned before, and if you want to email us, that's at fkathepod@gmail.com. All the socials, we're FKA the Pod, nice and easy. But yeah, get at us, follow us, like our shit. We're gonna keep doing it anyways.
That's right.
See ya later.